Mr. Harper William is a well-known detective. With great cunning, he used to solve every unresolved criminal case throughout his life. He created a website and uploaded all of the blogs related to the crimes he had solved over his lifetime. Finally, he said in his blog post on his last case that he thought he would have to retire at age 40 since he was no longer receiving fascinating cases, and the ones that he did receive were usually solved within a day. You can email me if you have any unresolved situations of this kind. Any issue that presents a greater challenge to me will be resolved. I'd like to go on a criminal adventure. Mr. Harper closed the laptop after composing this final blog post. Next, he moves across his bed, opens a book, and starts to read it. His eyes awaken in the morning when the sun shines on them from the window. Then he remembers that his wife has gone to her father's place and phones her. Abruptly, the bell tolls. He moves to open the door after getting out of bed. There stands a courier boy. He hands them a package. After putting the box across the couch, Mr. Harper heads to the bathroom for a bath. Next, he emerges. He then tosses the towel onto the couch and begins to open the package. Out of the box, there is a note and a locket. He opens the letter to begin reading it. The letter starts now. Hello Mr. Harper. Your case-solving strategies have garnered a lot of praise from others. Not a single case that you haven't resolved either. Today I am going to tell you about a case that you may never hear of in your entire life. A case that shows the level to which the human mind can go to complete the task. And I am writing his story in his own words. But you have to help me, or it will kill me. This story has been mailed to me to share with you. So please save me from that. The story of a psychopath. Hello. I hope that whoever I gave the task of bringing this story to did their job well. And why not? After all, it was the question of his life. Fine, quit, it's stupid and not worth wasting time on him. I want you to know my story. I came to know that you also stayed in an orphanage for 3 years after your parents died. So you may know about the situation there. I remember you saying in one of your interviews that those 3 years were the worst years of your life. And in those years you completed your detective studies. This was what I knew about you. Now learn about me. I don't know who gave birth to me. Ever since I started to understand, I was told that someone put me in this orphanage the day after I was born. And this orphanage is raising me. So I should always listen to all the people in the orphanage and follow them. But I was not born to believe anyone's word and follow any nonsense people. No one came to adopt me. And the people who adopted me gave me back within 2 days. There was a couple who kept me for a whole week. But in the end, I was put back because I had no emotions. I could not give them the so-called love of a child that they wanted from me. I thought emotions were nonsense before. I had no interest in all this. Emotions are a trap in which people get trapped and then get frustrated. One day, a couple came to adopt me. I was in 9th grade then. Those people brought me to their house, treated me like their own child, and fulfilled all my wishes. This family was the richest of all the families so far. So I decided that if these people fulfilled all my hobbies, then I would also pretend to love them. I was studying in the 10th. I was a quiet and intelligent boy until I went to school. There was a bullying group in our school. The leader's name was Mac. He knew what he was getting by harassing weak people. He was always trying to control the whole school and considered himself the king of the school and spread his fear in the whole school. I felt sorry for him for how stupid he was. But he never bothered me. So I did not harm him. One day, I was eating my lunch peacefully. Then a boy came to me and asked me to please save me from Mac. At that time, Mac came to the lunch table and started laughing and said, "This will save you," which is the size of an arm itself. I was not looking like a very healthy boy. I was a little bit thin. Hearing this, the other students of the school standing there also start laughing. All this was making me angry. But I calmed myself down because I didn't want to get involved in any new matters. But he was constantly testing my restraint. He took my plate of food and poured it on me. My brain was getting triggered. I quickly stood up and punched his nose. He fell to the ground in one punch. But I didn't stop. I continued to hit him continuously. And then I went from there to the classroom. But he was the king of the school. And I hit him in front of everyone because of this. His ego was hurt. So he wasn't going to sit calm. I knew. That day, I went home very happy. On my way home, Mrs. Warmier meant my mom was waiting for me. I thought today my mood was good. So make us happy too. So that these people will confirm my adoption. Mrs. Warmier. I went to him and said, "Mom, today was a very good school day." She was very happy and asked me to go to the room and freshen up. When I came down after freshening up, they had prepared dinner for me. After finishing my dinner, I said good night to Warmier and went to Mr. Anirav Ahuja, who was my dad, and wished him good night. He was convinced that I was a perfect child. In the morning, I got ready and went to school. I went to my class. And as I was about to sit down, the professor came and told me the principal was calling me in his office. I understood everything, whatever was happening. But you know one thing. I'm not afraid of anyone in this world. So I went to the principal's office with a smiling face. The principal said to me, "What are you doing in this school? This is not a mafia school." When she said that, I used to laugh because her school was not even worthy of the mafia. What must have been understood by his school? But I knew how to handle the situation. So I didn't laugh then. I knew Mac was a boy from a wealthy family. So, the principal will take its side. But he didn't know who my dad was. I was calm at that time. Then it's up to me. I told the principal that this man was harassing a weak boy in school. And he was coming to hit me. So I just punched him in self-defense. Still, the principal said to call your parents. She gave me her phone. Everything was going according to what I thought. I was very happy. I called my so-called dad. I told her that my principal wanted to see you right now. He urgently came to my school. The principal, Mom, told me the whole thing. My father told him that what my boy did was to save himself. And if you give punishment to my boy, then I can close your school too. But here, I will not misuse my power. Because my boy was not wrong. Not and I will not be wrong. Now the decision is in your hands. If this matter comes to light, the reputation of your school will be bad. And I will take care of my son. Principal apologized to my dad and me and asked Mac to apologize. Mac also apologized. But I knew that this case would not be completed quickly. Mac will surely take revenge for this. And if you like the story, then do like, subscribe and share.